What's up? I'm on Rohan, all that good stuff. My day is going pretty good. Hopefully yours is. You can always leave a comment on that if you wish. You'll have to give me a second. Making sure. Okay. So, in whatever season you may be in, do you have a reason you can last in the season you happen to be in? Is it big enough? Will it help you last long enough to be where you wish to be, to see what it is, the result you wish to see? It's not easy to just not let it be. If it happens to be a situation that's difficult that you see, easy to give up when difficulty happens to show up. Your reason matters a lot. It helps you conquer your difficulty a lot. The bigger it is, the easier it is for you. The smaller it is, the harder it is. Do you have kids? That could easily be your reason. Do you have loved ones? It's another one. Or do you do it for yourself? That's the question in the mid-season, whatever it happens to be in that season. Most that stop doing what it is they wish to do, they have a small reason. So they choose not to do. But the question is, does this statement apply to you? Or is it just that you work hard? You would rather aim for the stars than not aim at all. At least that way, you still get far. So many things can be applied to this. But the question of the reason is the most important in the middle of this. Whatever it may be for you, you definitely have to have a reason that you do. If you don't, you will slack. If you don't, you will start falling back. Oh, I can do it the next day or when I get back. Oh, I'll just wait. I'll wait to do that. Do you have a reason that makes you do? Reason can be many different things of why you choose to do. The only question is, what is it to you? Does it make you cry when you think about it? Does it inspire you when you think about it? Inspiration only gets so far as the actions that get you far. That is easy to be one that has a season that is rough and it has just begun. Never knowing how long or how far. Never knowing if there's not another one that isn't that far. Harder yet is a reason you get. To not just forget. To do what it is that makes you happy as well. Do whatever it is in whatever season as well. Difficulties come and go, just like a storm. They come and go. But is it unwavering resolve that shows? Or one that just lets your dream go? Or whatever ambition you may have. It's not easy to have an ambition and go after it. If that was so, then why, statistically, is only 2% the ones that show? If you have to set reminders, then set reminders. If you have to carry something with you, then do so. If you constantly have to remind yourself that you do it for yourself or another, regardless, sister, brother, mother, neighbor, someone you've never met. But this commitment you cannot forget. Or the results you wish to get is not what it is you will. Of course, you have to have an iron will. Never give in to being less. You alone decide what you get. To blame it on another. No, you just didn't have a reason big enough to endure the weather. Even when difficulty comes, there's always a way. Always another door. Regardless what it is. Regardless how. The ones that choose to do it now. Those are the ones that already know as what I speak. For hard and difficult. Something they already know and they speak. On the grind is what one would say. 24, 365 per day. Oh, and they make distractions go away. For they have a reason to do every day. The ones that don't, though, wonder why. Nothing happened. Or why they failed. What it is they wish to do. It's fairly simple. Your reason was too small, and the weather conquered you. Oh, but circumstances weren't right. That's what some may say as I think about their fight. Hate to tell you this, the circumstances never will. Only the strongest. Do you want it? You have to work for it, right? Do you think some that are successful just had it handed? No. Day and night. Night and day. They fought their fight regardless. Every day. They did not beg for problems to go away. They solved them. They solved them from day to day. And still did what it is they say. Never wavering in what it is they wish to do. And if you wonder why they were able to do, throughout the weather that they may have endured, they had a reason to help them endure. Bigger than any season you could ever face. Bigger than any problem you could or ever will face. When the weather came, from day to day, they laugh, work hard, and say, you will not conquer me upon this day. Whether I know you go away. And from how I act, I will show this from day to day. Strength of will. your source, your reason. Why is it? What is it? The more questions you ask about such things, the more answers you will know of how to conquer such things. This is true in regardless what field you are in. Whatever it is you do from the start to the end. Even if talent is not a thing. Hard work, one that works harder than one that has talent, they catch up to the one that has the talent. But the one that has the talent, if they work hard, doesn't always mean it will take them far. But they have more of an edge in that field, if it is they're talented in that field. But pretty much everyone has a talent of some kind. Something that they can do without any amount of extra effort to try. Some overlook the fact, don't even notice, when others can notice this fact. Of course, it's always up to you. Are you going to speak about it, or will you do? And if for some reason the field you wish to get in is new, try to find someone in that field that inspires you. For some, that reason is good enough as well. It just matters how it is you act. When it comes time of course, there are two different types of people. There are gazelles, and there are lions. Major difference between these gazelles and lions. A gazelle stays with the herd, never doing any more than the rest of the herd, even though they know they can. Never showing everything that they can. And then there's lions, that when it comes time to hunt, they push beyond their limits. And anything they wish to have is theirs as I hunt and grab. Of course, some claim to be such things. But the evidence of that can only be seen. Because when it comes time to hunt, only a true lion is the one that hunts. So which one describes you? Are you one that does only the minimum? Or do you go beyond? Do you stay with the herd? Become complacent with what you have? Never knowing that there's more that you can have. But you gotta chase after it first. Relentlessly as well. Not just a small little burst. Never knowing you're close to having what you wish. But you give up because you do not get instant gratification upon your wish. Is your reason big enough to chase it? Or do you run for a little while and stop? I'm happy with what I got. Even though I see what I can get. Never mind, too much effort. I choose not to get. But I will tell you this. If that happens to describe what you have done, the sad part is this. You will live in regret. For you did not take the opportunity that you had to go and get. Only if I wish I would have. That will bother you for the rest of your life. Is your reason big enough for you to fight for what it is you wish to have? If it's not, in a moment of difficulty, you will give up in the spot. Find your reason to endure any season regardless if you must chase, regardless if it is you must stay in place. Hold on a second. It's not easy to have such a reason. This is why only 2% of the population can last through any season. It's kinda sad, if you ask me. Do you realize how many dreams and other things that no one will see? Things that could have changed the world as you know. They will never be shown. So what's your reason? What is it that you are trying to do? What is it that compels you? Is it something that makes it easy for you? Is it something that makes it hard for you to forget? Or is it just a fling? A few days or weeks you will forget. Is it a fad? Is it something you've just seen and you're like, oh, I want to try that? Try it for a short amount of time. And stop in a short amount of time. You can always try again. Just find a bigger reason. One to make it to where you last till the end. If you always pay attention to ones that might have broke records and other things, they've always had some kind of reason they were able to do such things. Or backstories on ones that have got to the place they wish to be. Always kind of a story and a reason you can see. Are you willing to work hard for what you wish to see? It's not easy to manifest what it is that you wish to have. But in the journey, you can always find more reasons. If you're struggling with your reason, or if you're more after a quick, easy thing than this season, if it's really worth it, you're gonna have to fight for it. Anyone that's gotten anywhere in their life, do you think they instantly got it without a fight? It'd be a rare story to see. But here's the question. If they do not fight for it after they get it, does it remain? Or after, is what they had the only thing you were able to see? Because they lost it for not going after it the way they should in that spot. Just because you got first place this year does not mean you will get it next year. Just because you're the best today does not mean you will be tomorrow. Victors are made, not born. Of course, many don't understand that, and they feel entitled to something that they did no work to be entitled. What's your reason? If it's big enough, you can last through any and all seasons, regardless the issues and other things you might face. It's not too hard for one that has a reason to see it on their face. Pay attention to their actions, what it is they are consistent with. How hard they push to get. Never giving up, regardless what it is. Also being humble, knowing that it's hard to keep it going. Not arrogant or prideful. Think, oh, I did enough work. I can stop. No. At that point, if you do not continue to go forward, what do you think? Will it stay or go? what it is you wish to do, to be, to see. Will it stay or go? Oh, I did all my work. I can stop now. No, you gotta continue to grind or you will not see it in a future time. A reason that may be big enough for me. It's not necessarily big enough for you. It's another thing you must keep in mind. It may change over time, get bigger, be refined. Learning to do it in less and less time. Being more efficient as well. Seeing that there is greatness inside that dwells. The seasons are always fun as well. So you never know if it will be spring, summer, or fall. You never know when it is that the leaves will fall. Never know if there'll be new growth. Never know if there will be reinforcement of this new growth. Never know if a friendship or other things have to go. Never know what kind of storm you might be in as well. Never know what kind of support you might need as well. Never knowing if you're one that doesn't need support. Some do. Never know, for someone else, that could be you. But does the reason make you do what it is that it is you wish to do? Or do you let your day just pass you? Only the minimum is what you choose to do. Or do you push past your limits? Always testing your limits. Seeing how far you can go. Seeing what kinds of things you can show. Reasons. Is this something you know? Or does a lack of one show? Or is there an excuse of why you don't? Your own made-up thing inside your mind that you came up of why you waste your time. That you cannot get back, by the way. Decisions like that. You regret, very well regret. Do you just wish to live it up instead of get? Or do you think that maybe you can't? It is as you think. If you say you can't, the result you are talking over yourself is what you will get. Something unique about us particular. Now, to explain this, look at an animal. Their natural instincts. Is that taught to them? Or do they just automatically know? Do they have professions that they do? Can a dog be a dentist? Can they be a photographer? Can they be a lawyer? Can they be a teacher? No. But you can. You choose what it is you wish to do. Oh, I'm gonna go do this. I'm gonna do that. Oh, well, this is my plan for today. Oh, I can't learn that kind of... Actually, you can. With enough practice of anything, you can do. Ever heard of something called muscle memory? Every person has it. I mean a repetitive motion. So much so that It becomes easy, almost second reflex. Can't learn anything, right? Well, you can't do that. Have you tried to get the muscle memory to be able to? On average, it takes 69 times of trying to do something physically before you start to catch it. And it takes 69 times for someone to hear something before they start to remember it as well. So have you heard it? Have you tried it 69 times yet? More than just a split second. What's your reason? What's your reason you choose to do or refuse to do in this season? Is it that you want to have less? Is it that you believe you cannot get? Or is it that you believe that you can do anything that you're set your mind to? Regardless what it is or what another says to you. If there is one that tries to discourage, there's a reason why they choose to discourage. Look at where they are at. Look at what they do. And compare it when you're chasing after your dream. Is there a difference? And what would happen if you made it to where you wish to be? Would they be a friend of yours still? Or do they do that to more than just you? What level are they at? Are they equal to you? Or do they try to drag you down to be to where they are? Because they do not wish for you to get far. For if you do, you are above them in every single way. Or are they unhappy because of something that happened to them upon one day? There can be multiple reasons why they would do such a thing. To ensure that you are a friend to them. Like to degrade. So people never get to be what it is they wish to be from the start to the end. What is your reason? Because surely you will need it regardless of the season. Regardless who it is or how you must deal with ones that do not get the big deal. Do not wish to be more, wish to stay with the herd, never striving to be more, trying to make sure all others stay in the same place. Doesn't mean you might not be able to help such ones as this. But I encourage you to ask them this. What do you regret? Good portion of them will tell you a story of what they tried to get. And some kind of excuse of why. Why they let their dream die. Do you have a dream? Chase it. Otherwise, you can possibly find something to replace it. Something you're willing more to go after. Go after. Forever after. Or maybe it leads you to another. You never know. You think a year ago I knew this was gonna show? What will come out of this? What it is I do with this? Will people even notice? Will people understand a word I try to say to them? Will they listen for a few minutes and say I try to preach to them? Just trying to encourage those that may have a moment of weakness, that they start to get encouraged by listening to what they need to hear. If it is only that they lend an ear, making them think twice. Not speaking in mere normal speech. Something that when you listen, you have to think. Not something that when you hear, it's plain. Something that speaks in a way that you have to think about everything. The way it's said. Where? How? And mainly, where are you when it is that you listen? You in a good mood or a bad one? Poetry is not plain speech. It's art of expression. Has a very broad reach. For many may get certain things, while others do not get the same things. What is your reason? Is there something unique that you do that is very unique to you? And how you try to convey or what it is you do from day to day? Do you offer more than what some would, even if it was that they could? Do you encourage ones to think about what it is or where they are? Do you encourage them to think? With answers to questions. You know what it is you need to know, but the questions must come first. For the only way you learn is by the questions that you find the answers. This is how you learn.
Well, that looks like all the time I have for now. Just a little bit of info on how to contact me on social media, as well as a few coupons from my sponsors. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day.